And I'm sorry I didn't get your speech title ahead of time. Very well. But again, please welcome Lee.
Who do you think of when I say the phrase Chinese women? Do you think of that driver who cut you off on the 405 freeway on the way here? Or do you think of them as people who buy up all the houses in Orange County? Or maybe you think of them as students who do really well in school but never said a single word in class. So for me today, I'm going to be sharing with you why Chinese women do some of the things that we do. Now, the first thing I want to address is the rudeness. On behalf of all Chinese people who have ever cut you off in traffic, I am sorry. I'm taking an Uber home. So I want to say that to understand any woman from any country at any time, you have to first understand her mother. Now, my mother came to the U.S. when she was in her 30s, and I came to the U.S. when I was 10 years old. Now, inevitably, there's going to be some cultural misunderstandings, and I remember I would be so embarrassed when my mom would talk to one of my white friend's parents. And it wasn't because of her accent. I have no problems with accents at all, but it was because of the things that she chose to talk about. And one of my friends would come visit me at my house, and my mom asked her, "Mom, how much did you pay for your house?" And I would just cringe because in the U.S. you would never ask anyone anything close to their income or anything close to that. But as a Chinese person, I understand this because it's a sign of closeness and we're just doing our research. And I actually didn't say anything to her at the time because as a single mother, she bought 2 houses. And so I knew how proud she was of the fact that she was able to do that. And despite the cringiness I had felt when she first said that, it was precisely her attitude of ask anyone, anything at any time that got me into the prestigious Catholic school without an admissions test. Now, imagine a Chinese woman with broken English convincing a principal, a vice principal, and 2 other teachers why they should admit her daughter, who had worse English than she did, to the school, right? So my mom taught me things that I didn't expect her to teach me in the way that she did, but I'm grateful for that now. And the second story I want to share with you happened on the first day of high school. Now, I went to high school in a very predominantly white and Hispanic area where there were very few Asians. And I remember the first day of school, I was walking across some lunch tables and somebody yelled, "SARS!" And I thought, oh my God, how do they know? I could have just coughed and cleared out the whole school. And there were no epic kung fu fights if you're expecting it from me. I was smaller than I was back then. I could not fight a whole group of people. And you know how you daydream about that one time you'll see your high school nemesis bagging groceries for you? I didn't have to do that because I found out that one of my high school bullies actually make 3 times as much as they do in a month. So I didn't have to do anything like that. So living well became my, so to speak, revenge. And the last story I want to share about is really an answer to a question. So people sometimes ask me, Lee, what's the difference between an American man and a Chinese woman? And this is my response to them. So I remember overhearing during golf, one of the American men, he was saying how he got a job. So he said, this is how I got a job. I went to college, I joined a fraternity, I drank. And that's how he got the job. And this man is now a user experience architect. So that's American man. And what is the Chinese woman? So a majority of my clients are Chinese women, and they're super smart. They have PhDs, MBAs, master's degrees, And one of the first things that they asked me is, Lee, should I get another degree so I could be more capable of applying to the job, right? So if you guys want to know the difference between American men and Chinese women, this is really the difference. I think when the universe created the Chinese woman, it really had a sense of humor. So it said, we're going to take away your sense of driving. We're going to take away your sense of volume in public places, but we're going to give you a great drive for success. And I think that was a pretty good deal. And I just want you guys to know, if you see a Chinese student who looks like they're depressed and not really, just really focused on school and not really say anything, just give them a pat on the back and say, I understand. You're dealing with your mother.